Hello and welcome to The Locker Room, an all-new show that allows you to meet the coaching staff here at Husson University. After 26 wins this season, the Husson baseball team now has to play the waiting game. For NESCOM Connection, I'm Chris Johnson. The Husson men's basketball team has gotten off to an uncharacteristic 1-6 start. The Husson women's field hockey team was a Cinderella story this year. As a 5 seed of the conference, they made it all the way to the NCAA tournament. We're joined today by head coach Warren Caruso of the men's basketball team. Coach, thanks for joining us. The Husson women's basketball team has reeled off 2 straight victories, powered by their sophomore Stephanie Comstock. Since sports teams began play here in the U.S., Native American mascots have been used. Names like Blackhawks and Redskins, among countless others, have been said to honor the indigenous people of this country. Even Husson, who is now the Eagles, once called themselves the Braves. Not everyone believes that Native American mascots are offensive. Colin Bruce, a senior at NESCOM and a Washington Redskin fan, doesn't have a problem with the name.
You know, I honestly really don't have a problem with it. I can imagine where people who come from Native American backgrounds would have a problem with it, but I just feel like it's not hurting me in any way.
Another NESCOM senior, Ryan Kimball, believes that programs using Native American mascots should be allowed to continue their tradition.
I don't have a problem with it, no, because they've been around for years. 1915, the Cleveland Indians were named. 1930, the Fighting Sioux. So they've been along for a long time, and a lot of people, I think, would be upset that are fans of those teams.
Ed Rice, a Native American civil rights activist, NESCOM instructor, and author, appeared on the main report last month and wasn't shocked by the quotes from the students.
They're young, and the significant sticking point for me is that neither one of them has a Native American background, and so it's fine for them. For me, this is an issue about respect, and for me, this is also an issue that focuses on the fact that we can do this and it won't cost us any money.
Native Americans and civil rights groups scored a big victory in November when North Dakota ended its fight with the NCAA and decided to drop its Fighting Sioux nickname from use.
It's important. That program's got some significant problems because this is one of those schools, again, that says we honor Native Americans. But the gentleman who's responsible for building the hockey arena out there has a Nazi memorabilia collection that he's famous for. The fraternities and the sororities at that school say they're honoring Native Americans, yet they post pictures of themselves dressed up as Indians, drunk. I mean, these are things that are documented facts. So when the NCAA came along in the early 2000s and said, look, it's time for this to stop.
It will soon, although there is no timetable for North Dakota to drop its name. The next step is to pick a new mascot and re-merchandise their apparel. Chris Johnson, NESCOM Connection. If you didn't stay up for last night's Game 6, you're going to kick yourself for missing one of the best games in the history of the World Series. 5 Cardinal Hall of Famers were on hand last night at Busch Stadium. Bottom of the 9th, Rangers up 7-5, 2-on, 2-out. Cars down to their last chance. David Freese takes one deep the other way over the outstretched glove of Nelson Cruz. Pujols comes around to score. Berkman's going to come around to score. And we've got a tie baseball game as David Freese winds up on third base with a triple. And we got some free baseball for you. Top of the 10th, tied at 7, 1-on, 1-out, Josh Hamilton off Jason Mott. Deep to right center field, the Rangers go up 9-7. Hamilton's first home run of the postseason, and much to the delight of the Rangers players. Bottom 10 now, 9-8 Texas. Cardinals again down to their last chance, and Lance Berkman's going to line a single into center field. That's going to score John Jay from second base all the way around, and the Cardinals have come back again to tie it at 9, and all Ron Washington can do is look on in frustration. Bottom 11, 9-9. David Freese again on a 3-2 count. Ball game. Walk-off home run to center field. The Cardinals are going to go on to win 10-9. This is after facing elimination 3 different times during this game. Game 7 tonight is at 8:05 on Fox. Chris Carpenter against Matt Harrison.